Are we ready to
Okay.
go? And we ready to
I think we are.
go.
We're ready to go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly? I think we're just getting started. Medic! I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
He sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to episode 534 of your Overseas Connection podcast. Today is July 7th, 2019. Just a mere 3 days after we in the U.S. said get out to the U.K. Well, technically, it would be England at the time. Hey, we are a gaming-friendly podcast. We like to talk about video games. We like to talk about all kinds of stuff, mature stuff, life stuff. We think we're funny. We're probably not all that much funny, but that's okay. We broadcast every Sunday, 9 p.m. in the UK, 1 p.m. on the West Coast, 4 p.m. in the East Coast, 3 p.m. for those suffering in central time zones. And we are on twitch.tv, mixer.com, and youtube.com. All you need to do is look up OC Podcast. You'll find us, all one word, OC Podcast. My name, Greg DeLacy, gamer tag Murphy's Law, OC_Murphy's Law on Twitter. So give me a follow there. And welcome our other fine guests. We have the Heat Miser himself, number 13, Pete Chin.
Good evening. Well, afternoon to some. I'm the legit Chinny. I'm pretty much everything. Hello.
Pete, I think you need to redo the hair, by the way, back to...
Why?
Because the spikiness, it was good. It was very Heat Miser. I mean, straight up like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Heat Miser. Yeah, and even your grin right now, it's wicked. It's good. I like it.
I didn't want to scare the people watching live off. I couldn't do that.
You
In
could.
fact, saying that,
Good.
I might do next time. I was thinking about shaving my beard off.
Ooh, live on the podcast.
I don't think I could do that now.
Okay, no, never mind that. All right. But still, really, shaving the beard.
Yeah,
How long
I
have
think
you had
so.
the beard?
Several years now. Several
Okay.
years. It's just getting annoying. I just thought-
Is the wife on board with this?
I was going to say,
No,
you better make sure. I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she hasn't seen me without a beard. So
What if you start small, go with the hipster goatee? Shave-
no.
I mean, you just all or nothing?
Yeah.
You gonna keep a mustache, or you gonna get rid of the stash?
No, I'm not going to be Magnum. No, I'm just
Damn
going
it.
to. No, I'm going to take it all off. But I can grow it back.
That's true. You
It's not the
can.
end of the world. So yeah.
Yeah. By the way, that level of beard would take me literally this entire lifetime to get to.
I would eat.
Same.
Yeah. You say I could grow it back, and I'm like, I could never grow that. Yeah. All right. Hey, Kim Woods in the house. Kim,
Yes.
hello.
Hi, yeah, yep, that's me at GamerGirl27. That's pretty much everywhere. So, yeah, that's me. Howdy.
Excellent. And last but not least, spinning the decks tonight, Mr. Robin Tate.
Yeah, that's me. Good evening, everybody. It's Robin Tate here. I'm in Ballymena, Northern Ireland, and the sun shone today on my red head and my red nose. Yeah, I didn't realise it, but I've got the sun. So, yeah, it's not exactly exotic, but it's nice for us. So, yeah, here we go again. I was saying to Judith before I came out, Judith, I don't really have that many friends. I mean, you've got Sam and Rachel and Valerie and Jillian, and you get to talk to them regularly, and I don't really have many real friends. But you've met most of these people. She says, yeah, but like once a year, twice a year. I mean, come on. Yeah, I know, but your WhatsApp is going all the time. You're always chatting to people. I'm involved in lots of groups. Not necessarily those chats are all directed at me. But
Right.
Anyway, where am I going? I'm going off tangent now. I just love coming out and spending time with my friends.
Aww.
Aww.
Do you love the time we spend with
No.
you?
No,
Right
that's
now,
Pete
I kinda
and
wanna-
Kim. Not you. Not you. don't make assumptions like that. Oh, bless him.
It's poor little fan.
I really want to transform right now, or like take Robin's face and put Pete's hair and beard, and it would be the ultimate heat miser look. The red face. Yeah. Anyway, all right.
So hot. Oh my life. I'm
Thank
not
you.
used to this
Thank you.
weather.
Thank you.
First of all-
all right, the weather. All right.
No, it is not hot. Okay, how hot is it there, Pete? Come on.
It's hot. I'm sweating. I'm in an attic. It's making it even worse sitting in this attic.
Well,
It's got to be.
You have a beard. That automatically makes you hotter. Wait,
He's not wrong.
It's probably in its high 70s, low 80s. I don't know, Robin. Do you know what the temperature is around UK? I never even looked. It's just bloody hot.
We were 21 or 22 today. By the way, can someone call 911 for Sarah? Because she's been trapped and lying tied up on the basement, and saying she might not be very chatty.
She's actually in my attic. That's one of the people. Like I said, I didn't want to reveal it.
Okay.
Okay.
One, Sarah, we are calling the emergency services for you. They'll be out shortly. Two, Pete, stop your crying. It's 27 degrees here right now. You're like at what, 20, 21? Boo hoo. Kim, you're probably even higher than me. You're probably like in the 30s somewhere.
Yeah,
So
it's like 89 degrees here right now.
Yeah, but we're not used to it. We don't get it like you do.
Yeah, it's 15 degrees here. If I will put that into what is that in your language? What is that?
15
degrees.
degrees.
It's 59.
15 degrees.
59.
It's like winter.
Yeah.
Right?
So tomorrow at best it's going to get to 61 and cloudy. Today it got to 63. So there you are.
I need to throw some apologies out. I need to throw an apology out to Los Angeles. I scoffed at the 6.4 earthquake earlier in the week.
You
and
did.
I said, I don't worry about it until they get to closer to 7. Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry, Los Angeles. I brought it on you.
Wow, did you see that swimming pool? The pool sloshing about. Wow, that was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully.
Well,
yeah, hopefully
thankfully it was
everybody
quite
does-
well inland. Because,
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, they can be scary. Let's not kid ourselves. Anyway, all right. Enough of that. We've got a couple birthdays, I believe. We've got David Morton, presumably turning 35 or 53 or 72.
72
Wow.
sounds a lot better.
Yeah, I think he's 72.
Next Friday.
Morty's 72.
Yeah. 72. Congratulations. Happy birthday to you. And because you are turning 72 and not 73, we will indulge you with this song for your birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Enough of that.
Yeah.
Happy
All right.
birthday, buddy.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just
All
looking
right,
at
yeah,
Sarah
concentrate.
talking.
Come on, concentrate.
She's, yeah.
You never
I'm
used to look at the
concentrating.
shot. You never used to look at the shot, and this is why you never looked at the shot, because it broke your concentration. You're no longer the perfect DJ. You know, you have the DJ voice, the DJ look, the DJ haircut. Probably you've got a felt jacket somewhere as well, maybe a tartan jacket, some sports trousers. Definitely. But when you look at the shot, you just lose the professionalism. It's gone.
Okay, I guess I should get off the show now. Robin, let's let you take over. No, yes, I was distracted by Sarah talking about.
I'm so glad to be with you today.
Talking over sound effects and everything. Jeep, you have lost it, man.
You know.
This is how the show's going to go today, folks.
Kudo would
Exactly. By the way, that beer was full at the beginning of the setup.
It was a small bottle of beer.
Small
It's my
bottle of beer.
treat. My treat.
All right. Well, let's get into what we've been doing this past week. Robin, no talking from you. Pete, what have you been doing this past week?
I've been doing a spot of gardening. We've got our lawn up now, and we did a lot of weeding and some bits and bobs. I've enjoyed it, actually. I've never really been one for plants and flowers and all that lark. I cut my dad's lawn and hedges and stuff, and I do all the graft. But all the more intricate stuff like the flowers and that, I've not really bothered. But well, I've got to now because I've got a garden to to maintain. And
You know what happens next, Pete?
What's that?
Mold.
See, now now that you've put time and effort into your garden,
Yeah.
you're going to get varmints that are going to come into your garden and they're going to start wreaking havoc on your garden because they can. And you know what's going to happen? You are going to turn violent on these varmints. That is what is going to happen because all your hard work is being destroyed by some cute little furry creature that's burrowing underground.
Nah,
Yeah,
that's not happening
You know that
here.
picture? True.
it'll happen.
Well, saying that, your chicken pen that got attacked in it.
Yeah, but that was fertilizing the garden. It didn't actually help do the garden any harm. You know?
So, Greg, was that picture real?
I'm sorry, what
The
picture?
one that you took? No, take it.
I'm sorry, say it one more time, please.
The picture of the mole. Did you take that picture?
No, I did not take that picture. That was the exact same kind of mole that came up out of the ground at me.
I was going to say that's the best picture ever.
Yeah, no, that would have been amazing if I had been prepared for it. I was completely not prepared for that stupid little mole to come up out of the hole.
Was it like a mole with a GoPro or what?
Mole with a GoPro. Actually, that would have been priceless if it did taken a picture of my face because my face was absolute horror. Since that encounter,
Oh no.
no new holes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think somebody won. Just saying.
It's
Well
the
done.
final
You
mole
beast.
down.
So, yeah, gardening, that's been one of my things. Me and Shell have been together 3 years
Woo!
this week, yeah, so God knows how she's put up with me for that long, but there we go. And I've played lots of games.
Cool.
Lots
Yeah.
of. It's not just a few. Lots.
Yeah, I have. I mean, a lot of them, I'd say so, for me.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Hold that thought. Kim, what did you do for 4th of July?
I got drunk.
Well played, that girl. Well played.
Yep.
Yep. Did you see any fireworks, or did you just roll into the back of your eyelids?
Wow,
And just,
groovy, man.
No. I saw fireworks actually. But no, the margaritas went down rather well this year. So yeah.
traditional 4th of July drink, of course. Yes, margaritas.
Yes.
Did you at least get red, white, and blue themed margaritas going?
No, but the fireworks were red, white, and blue. So there was that.
Did you actually see fireworks, Kim?
Yeah. Yes, I saw fireworks. As a matter of fact, I have videos of fireworks on my phone. So there you go.
Okay. all right.
I might have been drunk, but I did get up and go back in the house. I didn't need help. I didn't crawl on the ground or
I didn't crawl on the ground. Okay. All right.
Do you guys go out to garden parties or the local towns and cities to celebrate this, or?
I went out to my backyard.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
but that's
invite
like
people-
500,000 square miles.
Yeah.
No, we did. We had my brother and their families all down, and my sister and her family all came down, and then we had some friends over because where the fireworks were shot from is from the restaurant camping area just down the road. So we're like in a prime spot to just sit back and with our drinks and watch the fireworks go up.
Oh,
So
right.
yeah,
Lovely. Very nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Funny, I did watch quite a lot. Why did I watch it? 4th of July. What was I doing? That was Thursday, wasn't it? Thursday was the 4th. Why was I...
Right.
I know what it was. I came home, I was working from home, and on this screen to my right, I had live stream of the July the 4th parades in Washington going on. So, yeah, I was in it with you, so I was there.
I have actually told. My wife was asking why you were so curious about what would be a good 4th of July movie to watch, that kind of thing. And I said, I think Robin is really trying to apply for his American card at the end of the day.
It's funny.
Apologies, real quick. Apologies to anybody in watching the video feed. I guess we are choppy right now. I'm not quite sure what is happening, but I do see it is a bit of a choppy feed.
I think
So
it could be your data, Greg, because you're hosting the call and your NDI. This could be part of that. It's just the bottleneck of data. Because I noticed you looked like
I
you
know
were
you would
slurring
like
your
to
words.
think that. You would like to think that. However, that can't really be it. I don't think
because Kim's not slurring her words, and Pete's not slurring his words.
Kim's not slurring his words.
No.
Okay. Anyway, let's move forward. Robin, what's been going on with you?
Okay, well, me and Bert have this thing going on. Bert is my old Land Rover, and Bert had a little hole in Bert's exhaust, and I ordered a back silencer piece, and I was I'm going to be Mr. DIY, and got my father's old ramps out of the garage and reversed Bert up on the ramps yesterday, and then discovered that I needed the whole exhaust, not just the back bit. Because when I took the silencer off, it broke the other bit off inside as well. It just had corroded. So now I've had to go and order another bit. But we went to the dump anyway, and Bert sounded fantastic without the back silencer on. It was kind of cool. So
sound like a tank.
Yeah, it did. It was bro. Scared people, frightened people. It's brilliant. Well, it's not that I'm I'm sorry, I'm just catching some of that. It's not that I'm a big DIY guy or a mechanic or like Mark could do this with his eyes closed, but it's all Mark's fault probably. That's what it is, Greg. It's probably Mark's fault that this is happening.
It 100%.
Yeah.
This is Mark's fault. I can assure you of this.
But
even the slurring of my own words, it's Mark's fault.
But I enjoy. What I mean by slurring of your words is you're slightly delayed even on the Skype feed.
Yeah. Well, that was actually my fault though. That was the NDI. I would need to
Don't
stop the call.
take it personally.
Start it back up. Okay, it's Mark's fault.
Oh yeah, Mark's fault.
Mark's fault.
Anyway, but we got Bert home from going to the dump and with the trailer and bits and pieces, and Glenn was with me. And then we came home and we washed Bert and we polished him and shined him, even though he's a bit noisy at the moment. But he's just waiting on his big pipe to come. But he's all polished and he's tucked away. I was looking out the window at him this morning going, "Oh, Bert, I know you're from 2002, but you're my love. You're a shiny, beautiful, dark green Land Rover green, and I love you, Bert. I love my old Jeep." Anyway.
I don't know if there's much to say to that, Robin.
All right, so look, we're going to Italy in a few weeks' time, but already, in the back of my mind, we're going back to the States next year to try and get my green card. And in my head was, I wanted to go up to Dollywood and do those things. I've mentioned this before, but there's some dilemmas coming on there because I want to go back to Florida again, and I know I love Florida. I love Florida. Uh-oh. Who did that?
I know.
Who switched? Okay, it wasn't Lacey. Mark, stop it. So what I was researching today, and maybe people can tell me, how many people have been to the Bahamas?
No.
Okay, well, if you've been to the Bahamas, let me know. People yeah, that's me, bongo@ocpod.com. Let me know what your experiences are. Here's the way I was thinking. I was thinking about flying into Nassau and spending 4 or 5 days in Nassau. And there's a nice little ferry you can get. It takes about 3 hours, takes you over to Fort Lauderdale, and then spend a week in Fort Lauderdale. Or the other way around, do the Florida bit first and then spend a nice relaxing week in Hawaii. Lime in the coconut. And then you go over to Florida, get the fresh OJ. Sounds good, doesn't it?
Wait, you're going to go from Hawaii to Florida?
Yeah.
What?
Not Hawaii. No, not Hawaii. Yeah. Bahamas.
Oh, okay.
Bahamas. Nassau.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry, Bahamas. Yeah, because it's on the other side. It's on the left. It's a wee bit too far. That's about as far away as I can possibly get from anywhere. I can't really go any further than that, really.
Japan?
No, actually, the Hawaii would probably be for us. It's probably further away. So this is the thing. This is next year. This is next summer I'm working on now. So I fancy Dollywood and the Smoky Mountains and a bit of hiking up around there. But I also fancy somewhere where I haven't been before, but somewhere I have been before to be safe. So, go to the parks, get back to Disney and a bit of Universal, the hard work, blah, blah, blah. Then over and get an Airbnb, nice house on the beach. in Nassau, somewhere like that there, and spend 4 or 5 days and then fly direct from there back to London. That sounds like a plan, doesn't it?
Sounds wonderful.
It does sound wonderful. It does. Just make sure you don't do it during hurricane season. Avoid the bad weather.
Well, no, it'll be July, August. So.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's what's going on in my mind. In my mind.
Scary place.
Yeah, I'm extremely busy. In fact, I'm so busy. Actually, after the podcast tonight, I have prep to do for tomorrow morning for a presentation for people. So.
What you're trying to say is hurry up and talk fast.
No. And do you know what happened on Friday? I met a coach. My company has brought in a coach to go around and talk to everybody and spend time with them and get into their inner souls, blah, 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 blah. And I had a great chat with him in 2.5 hours. It was like going to the confessional. I could sit and because as a salesperson, sales guys, you don't get to talk to people and open your heart and tell them what's on and not have a moan, but talk to somebody who understands. And it was lovely. It was good and it was uplifting, and I'm all Mr. Motivator, all apart from this. No, I need spandex.
Robin.
Yeah.
One, you're due for confession.
Yes.
Even your wife says so. Also, Sarah does just a quick little note on the Bahamas. Her dog got heartworm from there, so we're worried for you, Robin. You probably
don't get heartworms.
Yeah.
Heartworm?
Yeah, heartworms. Yep. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
She got heartworm from there?
Yeah.
So did the dog go on holidays? Did Nova go on holidays to the Bahamas?
Some people take their dogs on the holidays with them. They take them everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Not to say that she does, but I mean, look, the dogs now are everywhere.
And mosquitoes.
It looks gross.
Don't look up heartworm. It's not pretty.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. What was it? There was also, it was in the Dominican Republic. Don't go there either, Robin, because apparently, you might be okay unless you claim to be an American, because people are dying over there mysteriously as being American tourists. Yeah.
And they're covering it up. So.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
No, I don't know, but Dollywood, it still sounds good. Some Dollywood. And I would love to be there if I was going there to see her before she, passes.
Sure.
To glimpse those lovely mountains of Tennessee.
There is something very unnatural about those particular mountains in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I was waiting for her to say before she goes tits up, and I was going to lose it, but she didn't.
Oh no! I mean, I'm sure she'll get buried in a stream, and it'll be like 2 islands in the stream. And
just look at Pete. Pete is still looking at heartworm pictures.
So apparently, right?
Okay.
You can't split humans from dogs, and it says only 81 cases of heartworm in humans were reported from 1941 to 2005. But no more luck, I'd be in that statistic, and that is gross.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you were looking up Dolly there for a second.
Oh, he still doesn't understand what we're talking about there. 4th of July.
Yes.
I broke tradition this year. Broke tradition. Normally we go out and we watch a great fireworks show in our city. They put on a real big fireworks display. But we got invited to a friend's house to go hang out with them and their neighbors and friends and family, kind of a block party thing. They have a pool. It's going to be a hot day. It sounded like it was going to be a fun time. And it was. Don't get me wrong. We had a good time. We did the Safe and Sane fireworks show out in front, which, it's a lot of like fountain type fireworks that kind of get lit off and we fire them off in the street, that kind of thing. But it just wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. We are definitely going to go back to going to the big fireworks show next year. But it was a nice 4th of July. It wasn't a great 4th of July. I'll just say
that. Is that sad?
Yeah.
That is sad.
It is sad. The only thing that was, positive on the upside was time away, time off work. That's always nice.
Well, we don't have 4th of July. We have the 12th of July, which is this weekend. Which is it's like a Christmas. It's like Christmas holiday. It's a full-on public holiday, 4th of July style here in Northern Ireland, not in England or Scotland and Wales. Not just northern Mexico. So this is the celebration of the Battle of the Boyne, 1969, or sorry, 1969. A bit further back than that.
The ways.
So there's lots of band parades and all of that sort of stuff, and it's we stay away, but it's I'm off on Friday and Monday, so
I think you should celebrate your 12th of July with margaritas.
I'm hoping that I can get a big pipe and stick it up the back of Bert. It's supposed to arrive on Wednesday. If it doesn't arrive on Wednesday, I'll not be able to get my pipe up as Bert. Yeah.
Doesn't sound right at all.
Yeah, no. We usually go to the beach if the weather's above 20. We'll go to the beach. I'll maybe barbecue. So yeah, I am looking forward to a few days off.
Deserved, I am sure.
No, I'm a bad man.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, that's thing.
Wait, no.
Yes. What else?
Yesterday,
all my troubles seem so far away.
Exactly. That's exactly it, Robin. Yesterday, the Beatles movie.
Oh.
I don't know if you know this movie. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, the guy that nobody knew who the Beatles were?
It is kind of Groundhog Day, for lack of a better word, so people kind of understand. But he gets into, I don't want to spoil the movie. Let me just put it this way. A situation arises where the world seems to have suddenly forgotten and or never known of the Beatles. And so this one singer, he knows the Beatles and he can't make his career has been a hard luck career. He then starts recreating the Beatles songs for people to hear, and they think, oh my God, he's brilliant. And this is all in the movie trailers for the movie. So what I will say is this. It is a cast of no-name actors, at least from my perspective. I don't know any of these actors in the movie. They are fantastic. It is funny. There's a lot of good wit, and I will also say British humor kind of thrown into it. And it's a tribute to the Beatles on top of everything, just because there's so much of the Beatles music comes out in the course of the movie. Really funny, well worth a nice evening of getting out to the movie theater. So if you get an opportunity, go see Yesterday. I don't think you will be disappointed, especially if you like the Beatles.
So if you could apply that to anything in the world, okay,
right?
That you could make the world forget about one thing, yeah. Right. And then you came up with it yourself. What would it be?
If I can make the world forget about one thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
Sweet corn? Sweet corn. It's a plant. What are you going to go? Boing, I've invented this plant.
It's fucking... there's just no point in that thing, is there? There's no point in sweet corn whatsoever.
I like sweet corn.
Is that because you see it? Is that because you see it twice? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly that. It's just pointless.
You're eating too quickly, Pete.
Here I'm trying to think of like world-changing things, like if they forgot about Hitler, things of this nature, and fucking
sweet corn.
Sweet corn. Yeah,
Yep, we need to forget about sweet corn.
I think we could top that. Superb. Okay.
Yeah, okay, now I'm done on that one. Yep, sweet corn. Forget about sweet corn.
Today I feel like playing computer games. Today I feel like playing computer games.
There we go.
All right. Robin continues to stream porn to his computer. Therefore, we are a little bit sketchy on the feed, but that's okay. It's okay. All right. What have we been playing? Pete, no sweet corn, although maybe you have some sweet corn in a field in Minecraft. I don't know. Tell us, what have you been playing this past week, Pete?
Can I just go back though, because we didn't go through the Twitch Prime games because we didn't announce those last week.
Pete, God knows this is your show now, 13. So please, by all means, take over. What can you get on Twitch Prime?
So Twitch Prime, July 2019. There's the Cultist Simulator, whatever that is. Never heard of it. Loop for the King. The Escapists, and Yooka-Laylee.
Oh, Yooka-Laylee and the
Ukulele
Escapists.
Yeah, The Escapist, halfway decent, yeah. Loop for the King, I don't know anything about, and the Cultist Simulator just doesn't sound terribly great.
I mean, unless you want to be a cultist.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, so games I've been playing. I want to mention Goat Simulator first because that is one screwed up game.
It's brilliant.
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. It's really janky. So it's a real janky open world GTA, but you're a goat. There's just no other way to put it, really. Is there? It's nuts. You can do pretty much anything on there. You can headbutt stuff. You can run off big, massive, tall buildings and spin around and do all types of acrobats. You can walk on your front feet. There's a challenge on there that walk on your front feet for like 3,000 meters or something crazy like that, which is pretty difficult actually. And it's okay. I wouldn't rave about it too much. I played it for a few hours and I got about 150 game points from it, and I thought that was enough. I've still got it installed, so I might go back to it. But
kids love it. The kids had good fun with it for a while. You know, there is some crazy stuff to do. We had fun for a few sessions, but it is just a fun thing.
I think I played all of 5 minutes of Goat Simulator, and I was instantly like, not for me.
Never played it.
I remember being at EGX or Eurogamer as it was way back in London, and there was, I think it might have been Kyle Adams or it was Chris from Boss Wave, and we were back in the hotel, and there was these guys, the whole group of guys, about 10 of them, huddling around a laptop. And they had got a copy of Goat Simulator Alpha, pre-alpha, probably played the exact same as it does now. But they were hooting and laughing, and they were so excited. And it's like a nerd game that's so ridiculous. Nerds will find this, or code nerds would find this really, really funny, because how ridiculous a premise, and you know that. So. Yeah.
But once I started to get grip of the challenges, the quests that you have to do, whether it's there was one that was you had to find, was it Queen of Goat or something like that, and you had to try and find the throne to sit on it and be the Queen Goat, and it was just like tucked away in this little helter-skelter slide, and it was really difficult to find. So you have to really, really explore in the map to get your achievements. But it's great. It's so good. I just I just don't think I'll go back to it straight away because I've got so much to play.
Nah, it's crap. But it's crap that you have to play.
Yeah,
it is ridiculous crap.
So that was Goat Simulator. God of War. I had so much time in this past week to play this game. I had enough time to complete it. So I was only probably 3 or 4 hours in, so not far at all prior to this past week, and I've managed to complete it just in a week really, and it's great. It lives up to its name. Everybody's right in saying it's potentially the best game of the year. I get it, but it's, for me, in my opinion, it's still not as good as Red Dead.
Was the question that I was just about to ask you. There you go.
That's it. There you go.
So that's my opinion. It's
voice of reason.
It's a great fantasy game. I just don't. Am I allowed to even say what? Well, you can you? I don't know whether I'm
not
say
spoilers.
Pete, I'm not sure what you're trying to say.
Well, I've not looked up any descriptions of the
guys,
game.
Some God of War spoilers coming now. If you don't want to hear about it, just close your ears for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and we'll be back, okay? All right, spoil away.
Okay. I didn't know, but the game is basically just taking your wife's or Atreus' mother's ashes up to the highest point of the realm or of the 9 realms. And that's it. That's the whole game.
I'm sorry, does anything magical happen when you bring the ashes up there?
Well,
Or do you just
the
chuck them
ashes
into a
scatter. They shine gold, and they scatter across all of the giant ancestors that's in that part of the realm. But nothing else.
And how does it affect them when you sprinkle them?
Nothing. Nothing happens at all. It's not. That's it. Once they're spread, and they go off and walk away, and the game starts to end. It's nuts to say that that's all the game is. You're just going from the bottom of pretty much the bottom of the mountain to the summit just to spread these ashes, and all of this stuff happens along the way. You visit all. Yeah,
Pete, it's a very important task. So important that he fights off giants and monsters and kills everybody in his way to complete this task of spreading the ashes, because he wants to dirty the world with his dead wife. I mean,
Yeah, that's the only thing for me. There just wasn't enough depth to the story. I mean, with Red Dead, there's so much going on. You travel to so many different places. There's so many different characters that have got their own little stories going on in the background as well. And you've really got to, as much time as it takes to get started. There's really a lot to take in with Red Dead, and I find it just a spectacular game. And I found it a lot more interesting. I found the story more interesting, and I think that's what tops it. As far as playing the actual games themselves, as two separate games, they're both great. They both play well. They've got fantastic battles and the scenes, cut scenes. They've got a war cut scenes.
So he must really like his mother-in-law. I'm stuck on this whole mother-in-law thing. That could he not just have dumped them in the field and say he'd done it and went away into Vegas for the weekend? I mean, all that sweating and fighting. He could have taken his young son to Vegas.
That is a good point.
Give him his education there, and came back and went, yeah. Well, we did. We went to the top of Caesar's Palace and chucked them off. It's fantastic. Look at that. Look, there's a whole place that's gold now. In fact, it's a whole hotel. It's all gold. Look, that's what it did. See?
Sarah is making a point. This is not about the end task, but it's about the journey of a father and son together. Boy, you will learn things. So
okay. Well, there won't be any more spoilers, but yeah. So no more spoilers. You can come back now.
I know it's a great game though, and I do really rate it, but I prefer Red Dead. They're very close. As far as scores, I'd say, but God of War would have to be a 9, and Red Dead would be a 10. It's just one of those.
That's part of my problem, and as Sarah's sort of saying in the chat there and others, I'm frightened of it now, and I'm frightened of God of War, and just the time that I have right now.
Yeah.
I've fear to commit.
No, but the thing is with God of War, I've completed it in about 24 hours maybe, and I've seen people on YouTube that have completed it in like 13, 14 hours. So it doesn't take that long, where Red Dead takes a lot longer. It's you need to invest way more time than that to complete that game.
Right.
So, yeah,
cool.
That's God of War. I've completed it. It's good. So there we go.
Okay.
Other games I've played like loads of little retro games like Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Super Bomberman 5. What else?
Minecraft.
Yeah, just all like. Well, they're the retro games I've played anyway. But yes, I've also played Minecraft. I need to quickly squeeze it in before Greg cancels me and mutes me off or kicks me off the call. He's going to do it.
We're looking for a new cast member. Anyone who wants to be on the podcast, just let me know. Go ahead, Pete. Talk away. More Minecraft, please.
Do you know what was really funny? I wasted so much of Mike's time, right? Because I went on the realm and I walked as far as I could. I just thought I'm around too many buildings and things. I need to get out of here. I need to get into a nice quaint part of the realm, and I just carried on walking. I just went, and I ended up coming across this nice forest, and in the middle of that forest there was a nice piece of land, and it was by a waterfall, and I thought, oh, this is really cute. And then Mike, I just, I can barely dig an hole in Minecraft, but Mike was like, oh, Pete, listen, I'll jump on and I'll show you a few basics to get you started. I was like, all right then, okay. So he was like, what are your coordinates? So I went 2019 64 155. He was like, great, okay, I'll start heading to you. And he went, I'm here. And this was after about, I don't know, 15 minutes. So I did walk a long way. And he said, you're not here, I'm at these coordinates. I said, honestly, this is it. I'm stood in my little mud shack, and those are my coordinates. He was like, no way, you can't be, I'm here, Pete. And I was like, oh, okay. Does the minus make a difference before 2019? He was like, you dickhead, I've got to walk now 4,000 whatever it was, blocks to get to you. So he spent another 20 minutes then coming back, or even longer, coming back over to me, and he found me eventually in the end. And he spent about 10 minutes with me, and he had to go. So we had some brotherly time out in the realm. I've got a house now. I've built a swimming pool, but I need to put some lanes into it and some steps going down to it and a lifeguard ladder. I've part built a sauna as well. I think I'm going to build a leisure complex around my house.
I feel bad because I haven't been on
lifeguard ladder.
Lifeguard
ladder.
What was
that? Sorry.
Look out! I haven't been on. Sorry. Lifeguard ladder. You build a lifeguard ladder.
Yeah.
Look
lifeguard
out.
ladder. Why a lifeguard ladder?
The lifeguard ladder and the seat. Sorry, at the top. I should have explained myself a little bit better. But at the side of the pools in the UK, yeah, we always have a lifeguard that sits on a little seat that's way up about 15 feet, just to look over the pool. So I'm going to build one of those. I might build some diving boards.
Well, okay.
Changing rooms.
I get that in real life you have
showers,
lifeguard ladders, and seats.
Maybe
for
a
a lifeguard to save somebody should they drown.
Yeah.
This is Minecraft.
Oh, come on, Greg. Come on. You suspend
It's
your
got me. It's got me now.
I know it has. I know it has.
And it is quite relaxing. So, I'm gonna keep on playing it. I won't mention it every week though. I'll start playing some different games on Game Pass, and not pee everybody off by saying Minecraft every week. But I'm going to invest some time into it.
Yeah. Honestly, you don't pee off anybody else, probably, and you don't really even offend me. I just like giving you guys shit for Minecraft only because I don't get along with it. But I know it is vastly popular. People love the game, so who am I to say no to Minecraft?
But my house is nice and simple as well. It's very Quakerly. It's just a wooden. It's a wooden hut now, just with it's not even got a bed yet, but it will have a bed, a chest, and a craft table and a furnace. That's all it's going to contain.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm not going to put anything fancy.
My house is just about done. I need some furniture for in the house, and I've been working on this part of it here, this outside, and I need to do some of the more of the grounds outside. But if you go into Minecraft now, the house that's there is pretty much my house. So, and it's just slightly bigger, maybe a third, quarter bigger in scale because of the blockage and stuff over there. But yeah, pretty much. So,
cool.
All right.
All right.
That's me.
Kim, let's transition to something that we haven't talked about before.
Well, then you better jump along to somebody else because it's the same games, different week. That would be Red Dead and Trials. So it was the 4th of July week, so I didn't really have much time to play anything anyway. So
I love the fact that you continue with Trials. I know it has been frustrating the crap out of you at times.
Well, no, that was just Pete's track, and I love you, Pete, but oh my fucking god.
Oh, we'll talk about that in more depth in a bit when we get to the Trials times, but we'll skip over it for now.
Okay.
Red Dead Redemption 2, how far are you into the story?
I'm getting ready to go see Hosea because we're supposed to go to a party for the mayor, I think.
Okay, so you're about 2/3 of the way through, I want to say.
Yes, I'm getting there. So because I spent most of the day the other day hunting up dinosaur bones because I didn't really feel like, storing it for the day. So I went and hunted up the dinosaur bones and hunted some more legendary critters and,
All right, I have a question for you.
Sure.
I'd like that. I just raised my hand now, apparently, to talk.
Yes, Craig.
The dinosaur bones.
Yes.
I found that the woman, the collector of the dinosaur bones, she gave me the quest. I never once saw another dinosaur bone the entire time I played the game.
Ditto.
how did you find them, Kim, or did you cheat? Did you cheat? You cheated. You cheated.
Well, I didn't. One I found just riding along the prairie or whatever there. But yeah, mostly I've been following a walkthrough because some of those, if you don't, know where they're at, you'll never find them. So, and Tony doesn't care. He just likes watching me find dinosaur bones. So. A lot of that, though, I use a walkthrough for because, honestly, I mean, if you don't, it's going to take you for fucking ever. And as much as I love Red Dead, some of that stuff gets a little,
Robin,
and I'm just not that smart. So there you go.
Kim, no, totally understood. I like I said, I looked for dinosaur bones, never found one. Robin, I have to totally transition to a different question. What in the hell am I seeing on my screen?
I know. What is that?
That's a guy with dinosaur bones in his bag.
Okay, just double check.
I bought a couple of these and I couldn't work out how to get the air into them.
All right,
and I'm not putting Red Dead on again.
You just have to run with them.
Yeah, I know. Yep. That's what? Oh my God. Anyway, all right. Moving on. Robin, let's talk about Thimbleweed Park and your love of this game, and then Tacoma, your further love of that game.
All right. Well, I've finished 2 games this week. Encoding overload. Consider turning down video settings or use faster encoding preset. So this is Thimbleweed Park. You've seen it. I'm going to switch it off. Thimbleweed Park. For all of the love that went into that game, that is so clever and the humor is so good, it went on too long. So I'm glad it's done. I enjoyed my time with it. It was clever. Okay. Tacoma. So Tacoma is this wonderful game that everyone raved about, and it got 100%, and people loved it, and it was raved about, and people thought it was fan-friggin-tastic. I thought it was a pretentious load of codswallop.
Yeah, I'm with you on this, Robin. It's kind of like
nice.
Like a space walking simulator. Is that kind of a good way to describe it?
Yeah, so you can see the sort of graphics that are on the stream. I'm going to take it off here again if we are having issues. But the idea is you're an investigator that goes to a space station to find out what's happened and to recover the AI and the data from the computers. Is there bad stuff going on? Is there not bad stuff going on? Blah, blah, blah. And you sort of investigate that, and it's not overly long. But people really did rave about it, and the critics thought it was a fabulous piece of art. And now Mark played this cover to cover with a guide to get his 1000G. I didn't use a guide at all, and went through it, and it's quite an interesting story. The characters are quite good. It's quite real conversation, but it's not the most exciting of conversation. Yes, there's a bit of a conspiracy about big industry against the little man, and do they make the space stations fully automatic or not, and blah blah blah, and trying to manipulate the press and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Now, the hub section of it, which is the middle bit of the space station, which not that we've invented this stuff yet, but it doesn't have gravity because it's called the hub. And then when you went into the different modules, the one about engineering and the computer section, botanicals, they had gravity. But in the hub bit, it made me feel ill. Now, that's nothing probably to do with the game, but it got me quite nauseous. Yeah. Maybe it got you.
Did you get nausea with the VR at all when you tried it? Or
yes.
No?
Yeah, VR would get me.
Okay.
So even though I had the PSVR for a while, I couldn't spend overly long in it. I like roller coasters that go up and down. I don't like rides that go round and round and round and round. Ooh, even now. So, yeah. Look, Tacoma, it's a nice piece. But I don't understand why people raved about it so much. But if I put it Thimbleweed Park, which I finished this week together, Thimbleweed is a far better game with more in-depth thought than Tacoma ever was.
Okay. All right.
So that's what I've been at. And again, my sort of problem is at the moment I've these are smaller games and it's because of the commitment of I'm frightened to get into the big stuff, and I find myself. Maybe it's the summer mojo. Maybe it's even all this year. But I find myself with a few nights this week when I've got the kids down and I've got Judith watching her friggin' Love Island. So I refuse to sit down. I'd rather chew your ashes from your mother-in-law than watch Love Island. So I have that couple of hours that I can game every night. But I find myself watching movies and TV series and bits and pieces. So, just the wee mojo isn't just there at the moment.
You're talking about TV series. I watched The Pacific, or started to. Has anybody seen that?
Yeah, good.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
Cracking.
No, I've been watching The Rookie with Nathan.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nathan Fillion,
yeah.
My hero.
And 911, we've discovered 911 is actually quite a good little drama. But
is it Reno 911?
No, it's Los Angeles. It's LA.
Okay.
So,
okay. Reno 911 is actually hysterically funny. You should watch that. You would get a kick out of that.
No, this is an 18 certificate.
Okay.
So it's adults. So it's good. It's good.
All right.
So yeah. Okay, Pacific. Okay, Pacific. All right.
Put it on the list. Pacific. Yeah, speaking of funny things, I was watching, finally trying to catch up on Jessica Jones, and was watching it and thought I was watching season 3, only to realize, no, I was actually watching season 2 this entire time and not even started season 3. So I was pleasantly happy when season 2 ended because I thought the show was done, and I was like, that's it. And then it's like, next episode. I'm like, what? And I'm like, holy shit. There's a whole another season, so I'm excited. I really like Jessica Jones. There's something about her character. I don't know.
I just wonder how often she changes her underwear. Is she a clean girl?
It's worth asking. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that clean is not in the works. Yeah.
Yeah, I often wonder that about like these TV guys and these exciting things, like James Bond. When does he take a dump? Seriously,
Robin, my question to you is, when are you going to take us off the video screen back onto the main screen?
Oh, shit.
Anyway, so games that I have been playing. So dabbled a little bit in PUBG this past week. Was looking for partners. Pete, Mark, Robin, I've given up.
Send us a message.
I put this up in the chats. I'm just saying,
along with the 500 messages that we got.
Whatever, Pete. Whatever.
It's Mark's fault.
It is Mark's fault. Totally Mark's fault. So PUBG. I've been enjoying getting back into it. Trials. Again, we will talk about that soon. Needless to say, I have never been so frustrated. This was literally the most frustrated I have ever been playing Trials, to the point where I was I was cursing certain person's name. I was tossing my controller aside. However, there has been some enlightenment that has happened since those moments. I suppose we could talk about it right now. Let's talk about Trials Rising and the Pete Chin Challenge. Pete Chin created this course. And let me just say this. From the get-go, I was like, okay, it is a simple course. It is, you start off with a couple quick little jumps, and then you go up into a very big jump, which then transitions you into what should be a relatively straightforward ramp into a downhill push into a very large jump. And then from that large jump, there is a series of yellow barrels and kind of smaller obstacles on the way to a finish. Straightforward, pretty simple in design. Now, this first big jump that happens, you have to hit it just right. You fly through a ring of fire to land this jump. And let me just... If you didn't know the technique, Robin has the perfect, that clip right there, that picture of that kitten right now is perfect because that's how I felt. Poor me. You had to hit it just right. And if you didn't lift up just right at the end of the ramp to get to the landing spot on the next jump, you were not making it. And so lots of frustration until I finally figured out how to land that jump. And I did. I was like, okay, I was making that jump pretty consistently. But then the next section hits. And the next section, I don't know how to. So here's what was happening, Pete, and this is a fault of my own for not understanding what was actually happening in the game. I fully admit this now. This is actually all your fault. You should be crying. I hope you're crying right now because you're a bad fan. But so as you transition off that jump, you get into this area, and you just start going fucking everywhere. I mean, there's just no control. No control. I mean, I'm watching my bike go flying up in the air, and I'm like, fucking Pete. I don't know what he did. He screwed up the physics somehow in the game. It's like no gravity or something. It's like bonkers. And I keep trying it. And I'm watching replays of other people. And sure enough, they're flying through the frickin' air, like magically flying, like just like no gravity. I don't get it. I'm like baffled. I'm watching my character like in random spots. There was no rhyme or reason to when you would suddenly hit you, and you would just suddenly be floating up into the air. And if you weren't careful, you were doing spins. Yep. What I didn't realize is that Pete had activated rockets on your bike. So once you got off the jump and you landed into this certain area, these rockets kick in on your bike automatically. And if you just slightly lift the bike up into a wheelie position, you freaking take off into the air. The entire time I had no clue this was going on. Even when I finished the course and set my time, I had no clue that was happening. It was only afterwards that I realized, holy shit, this whole time it's been rocket controlled, and that's why I was going all over the goddamn place.
Pete, you've made everybody cry.
Yes. So that was the most infuriating thing, and I laugh now because it was just me being stupid and not realizing that was me. Picture right there of the kid crying. Absolutely. Yeah. So Pete's, it actually was a brilliant bit of challenge. I just did not understand the challenge. My own fault. Had I understood it was rockets, I probably would have been able to post a better time. I mean, I could not for life of me figure out what was going on the entire time. And Kim, I don't know if you were the same or if you figured it. You probably figured it out.
No, I didn't figure it out either. So now that you explained it, now I feel a little better, slightly. Yeah. But
I felt absolutely stupid for not having figured it out earlier, because it makes total sense now as I think back on it. I mean, I was doing circles in the air, and I'm like, I don't get how my character was doing this. I mean, I posted videos up on Twitter. I'm like, what? WTH? What the heck? Yes, Pete, thank you for that. Now I laugh on it, of course. I laugh. I was able to post a time. We'll talk about that shortly. Not the best time in the world, but I posted a time.
Yeah, well, you did better than I did, because I didn't. So.
Yeah. Anyway, rant over. Pete, well done with that challenge. I just want to teach you again. It actually was a brilliant bit of course, now that I understand what's going on. Next time, please post a sign, rockets activating now. All right. The game I want to talk about, though, not rant about, in a negative way at least, is a game called Everspace. Ooh. So this game came out in early access, oh God, I want to say 2 years ago, maybe? It's been out for a while. It is part of Game Pass Ultimate now, or Game Pass. It came out to the Xbox. I believe it's also available on PC. The best way to describe this game is Elite Dangerous Light. So if you like Elite Dangerous, it's to have a similar vibe to it.
There's been a few Elite Dangerous Lights.
Yeah, so it doesn't have all of the hardcore mechanics of Elite Dangerous. Like, you don't have to put your landing gear down. You don't have to negotiate a docking bay. Things of that nature are missing from this game. It defaults to the third-person view as opposed to in cockpit, which I kind of like. I like being able to see my spaceship flying around in space. The other thing that's unique about it is it's in a sense, it's a roguelite game. I say roguelite. It's not just a one run and you're done game, but you do, if you die, kind of start over in your run. So
don't know what you mean. Don't know. What do you mean?
Okay, so the map is so you start off in Sector 1. And Sector 1, you're going to see in your star map a bunch of kind of travel points that are connected with lines. In a sense, kind of they all converge. So there's a starting point and an end point, and how you get to the end point for that sector is going to be dictated by the path you choose when you get to checkpoints. As you're playing the game, you will get more equipment for your ship. You'll be able to upgrade your weapons. You'll be able to upgrade your engines, your defenses, that kind of thing. Along the way, you earn cash and you earn money that you will be able to spend on perks, or you can spend, obviously, on repairing your ship and things of that nature with traders as you encounter them. Now, the perks only are activated once you die. So what I mean by that is when you first run, you have no perks. So it's only the upgrades you encounter for your ship that you'll get. Once you die, it takes you to kind of a new screen, a kind of the launch again screen, but it allows you to spend whatever money you have on perks. And the perks can be like upgrading your ship's armor by 10%, things of that nature. And so they have this perk skill tree, but the only time you get to spend your money on the perks is if you die. When you die, it resets you into Sector 1, and your ship is basically back to its starting components. But your perks all stay the same, and they carry forward. So if you die, say, 3 lives later, you've died 3 times, but you've upgraded your perks, those perks follow with you. There is a story that you're following. It's a single-player game. So you're in a sense, there's kind of it kind of reminded me of Void Bastards, to be honest, in some respects, in that there's this premise of being a clone, and you're uncovering this as you go, that you have been cloned. You're not your original self. So it kind of plays into the narrative of being able to restart your character again over time. So anyway, very enjoyable. It's nice because it is Elite Light.
Is it like free to play, or do you have to buy stuff to get into it more, or how do they make their or do you play with other real people in your space?
No, there are no other real. There might be a multiplayer component to it, but I'm playing through the single player component to it. There's no microtransactions. It is a paid game, but it's available on Game Pass. So it was an early access game back in the day, and I want to say it was $30 when it was in early access. So I would imagine it's about $30 if you just want to buy it. Graphically, it looks gorgeous. It's a 4K HDR kind of graphic upgrade game, so to speak. So it's going to show really well on a nice 4K TV, and it's very smooth. It plays great, and again, I like the control system is flight sim, just not flight sim heavy. So you don't have to worry about a lot of the little things, but it's really good. Combat can take a little getting used to, because you're thinking you need to be very precise with your shots. But what you will notice is your target reticles, they turn red when they're assuming that's the color you choose, but they turn red when they're over the target and you can shoot to hit the target, so to speak.
Yeah.
They're very forgiving, so you don't necessarily have to be right on the target to necessarily hit them. So, yeah, good game.
Good game. Excellent.
Yeah, that's it. That's me done.
Oh, do you know what's going to happen now?
I think I do.
Something really, really special, Greg. And do you know whose fault?
Dear.
Do you know whose fault it is?
Mark's.
It's Mark's fault. Kim, do you realise whose fault it is? Whose fault is it?
I'm gonna say Mark.
Pete, whose fault is it?
Sweet corns.
That is Mark's new nickname, by the way.
Sweet corn.
Okay, man, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Now, come on, now crank this motherfucker up.
What's that noise?
Ooh.
Oh dear God.
And we have a new quiz. A new quiz. And Mark has created the quiz. It's all his fault.
Okay.
So, there you are. So what this quiz is, it's what's the noise? And what we have with the noise are 3 sound files. Woo! And what you have to do is it's okay. Yes, it's
Guess
a new
the noise.
audio quiz. You have to guess the noise. And I'm reading Mark's stuff. I'm trying very, very, very hard not to give it away. Okay, so we've got 3 clips. They are from video games or video game trailers. And we have a listen. And I think we'll start straight away and see how this goes. This is audio quiz number 1. They're all about 20 to 30 seconds. So tune in, listen in, and we'll get your answers after that. You can play along at home if you want to.
Round 1. We dream of exploring the unknown, discovering what lies beyond.
The entire initiative is at risk. None of the Golden Worlds panned out.
Viridian is mine.
He has access!
No more mercy. Kill them all.
Now, Mark says these are very, very easy this week. So what you need to do is you need to get your answers in. And yeah, that was it. That was an easy one. Really easy. I have the answers. So after
Do we have choices?
I was gonna say, do we get like choices?
No, you
here,
don't.
Or
No. What is this? Multiple guess land? Come on, use a brain. Yeah, you have to think of a thing. Okay? I mean, you have to get the effect in here. You know, the group of yous. Okay? So, answers on me, please.
I've thought really hard about my
Pete
answer.
says Mario Kart. I think that's pretty close. Kim says Super Meat Boy. And Greg says Mass Effect. Which one?
1.
See, I shouldn't have said that because it's Mass Effect Andromeda, and now I don't know what to do now.
I see the initiative. I remember the initiative. I'm like, where the hell did I hear that from? I know it's one of those games.
I'm blaming Mark. Mark, it's all your fault, but Greg, you're getting a point for that. Okay, because I changed the rules halfway through. And Kim, you were close. And Pete, even closer. Going on to the next one. Get ready. Strap yourselves in. Here we go. This is one that you're all going to get because it's very, very easy.
Yeah.
Round 2.
You are the chosen few, protectors of our world. This is your time. Out there, you will fight the unimaginable.
And that's sound clip number 2. And the answers are rushing in very quickly here. The first one that's going to answer, it's on the tip of their fingers right now. The first one that's going to touch first, it's going to be... Greg,
really
Call of Duty Infinite somethings. Okay, Pete goes for... And Kim goes for... 3, 2, 1.
Right?
And everybody said it's Call of Duty. If you had said Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, yous would have been absolutely wrong because the answer is Anthem. For goodness sake, you put time in Anthem. Yeah.
But I've not played it. If you don't know, you don't know.
You don't know, you don't know. Right? But Greg should have had it. He complained enough about it.
I know.
It's on the hedgehog.
Just for the record, Mark, in the future, multiple choices, just saying.
Right, exactly.
Okay, and then the third and final audio clip, it's even easier. It's absolutely fantastic. Easier. Okay, here we go.
Final round.
We were destined for something great.
those who prove worthy, paradise awaits.
Took a long time for him to get out of this game.
He's meant for this life.
Oh, crap!
Last I checked, we're all a bunch of thieves, digging around where we shouldn't.
Shame we're not on the same side.
I am a man of fortune, and I must seek my fortune.
So, are you ready to seek your fortune?
And that's it. And of course, that's unbelievably easy. I would have got every one of these. I absolutely would have. And I think we do need multiple guests because they are looking very, very silly. Okay, so we've got Tank Top says Destiny. Kim says Uncharted. And Pete says Sea of Thieves. One of you is correct.
Wow.
And it's either going to be a boy or a girl. And let's rule out one boy right now. Let's rule out Pete from Sea of Thieves. There wasn't enough R in that, Pete, to be that.
Yeah, I thought so. I just didn't know what to pick. I don't know.
Blim Mark. And then so it's either Kim for Uncharted or Greg for Destiny 2. And it is your destiny to be absolutely correct, Kim.
Well done, Kim.
Very good. So Kim gets a point. Very good. The only one that really... Well, there was two. Yeah, we do need multiple guests. That was the first week of that. I like the idea. I like the concept, Mark, but we do need some multiple guests.
As much as he wants to say these are super easy,
they're super easy.
Okay, sure.
Thank you very much for that, Mark. Thank you. And
Robin, you are welcome, because Mark asked me if I should send it to me or you, and I said send it to Robin so he can feel superior to all of us.
I do, yeah. So, yeah.
Thank you very much for that.
Superior. Yes, I like superior. So we're starting again.
There
so
really
stick
wasn't a lot of news.
I'll put the scores in the door. So you shut up and monkey away there.
Yeah. Okay, that's just the one little news story that came up. And this is basically last week we saw Sony flip their PS Plus free game offering. They had the PES game was on offer, and then suddenly they got rid of it and they went to Detroit Become Human. And that was the game they ended up offering up for the free-to-play game. Free game for PS Plus. So, the question was thrown out to Konami. Robin, okay. The funniest part about this is you were typing all of those zeros, and I'm watching you kind of hop as you're typing all those zeros. Made me wonder a little bit what was going on.
Oh, Jeremy. Okay.
All right. So Sony, Konami was actually contacted, and they said the decision was made by Sony. So please make an inquiry to Sony. This is by the European brand manager. And he said that basically he was caught by surprise. He said, I cannot really tell you what happened because I just found out today in the morning when I opened my laptop. I can't really explain. So Sony didn't offer any deeper explanation on their end other than we have decided to make a change to the PS Plus games lineup this month, and we'll be offering Detroit Becomes Human basically in place of PES. This was a decision we made to make as a company, and we apologize for any inconvenience. So, I mean, the real interesting thing about this was Konami not being put into the loop on this, that it was made by Sony on the back end, and they never said anything to Konami up until the morning it happened. We still don't know.
You would have thought that somebody in Konami in the marketing department and the finance department, because they would be looking at, maybe they'd switched a few servers off because it was doing that well anyway, but they switched a few servers off, or maybe they were getting ready for some more DLC, some stuff that people could buy stuff. I'm amazed that they weren't having that conversation. It's a very odd one. I've never heard of that before. Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Human is a better offer, I suppose. Maybe if you're a football fan, maybe not. But for me personally, I prefer Detroit because we already have PES for on the Xbox for many moons ago.
All right. Well, the interesting thing was Detroit Becomes Human was actually put on sale the week before. The previous big month, the month-long sale. So,
oh wow,
I don't know.
Really pissed people off.
It's a curious situation for sure. I think most people would agree it likely was due to Sony pretty much saying, "Hey, people are not real happy about PES being offered up, and that they, kind of were getting backlash."
Honestly, I think we have the answer. We know whose fault it is.
Mark.
Yeah, it's all Mark's fault. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Corn Mark. All right, Kim.
Yes.
Need you to focus here.
Sorry.
Beyond Mark being at fault for everything under the sun, would like to know what it is we might be able to play that's new coming out this coming week.
Alrighty. The new releases for July 8th through July 12th are Soul Seraph, the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on July 10th. Blazing Chrome for the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, July 11th. Sky, Children of the Light for iOS on the 11th. And Dragon Quest Builders 2 for PlayStation 4 and Switch on the 12th. And those are your new releases.
Man, you sure as heck can tell we are in the summer doldrums right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Heck of a lot on that list that excites anybody. All right. Let's get into the conversation. Pete, since you created this track, you get to talk about your track that you created with no checkpoints.
Oh my god, right?
Right, okay, so Trials Rising Challenge number 17. The track was called Woodcross Bonk. And
Bonk.
Okay, checkpoints.
Can we name this Woodcross Crap?
Checkpoint. So it got in brackets on the show notes. Checkpoints, Pete. Checkpoints.
That was Mark's doing, by the way.
Yeah, you know it's Mark.
Yes.
You can only blame Mark. He does everything wrong. So yeah, there were checkpoints, and I'd taken them out like last minute, probably about 5 minutes before I put it up. I just thought, no, we do this challenge without checkpoints anyway, because we have to put a decent time in, and that's the only way to do it. And yeah, I get about learning the bits of tracks and stuff, but no, I just thought it'd be cruel. So it's one of those things. Trials Rising. So we play a challenge that's set, and you have to get your times in before 7:00 on a Sunday. And this week's challenge is Woodcross Bonk, and the top 10. We haven't got a 10th. We haven't got a 9th. We haven't even got an 8th.
That's a first.
This track was tough. So Marcanix was 7th with 1 minute and 10 seconds. I was 6th.
The creator of the track. Yeah,
I know. Yep. But I'm playing against the gurus here as well. So I got 1 minute and 9. Greg become 5th with 1 minute 5.
Yep, all because of the stupid yellow barrels.
They were tough. Martin C, 1984, got 54 seconds. Playing Skills is 3rd place with 52. Even better, Womble MK3 is 2nd place with 50 seconds. And then the guru of Trials Rising, in fact, Trials, he's sent me some crazy videos of some of the tracks he's done. It's Rob Snoogans. Man, he's like even Mark said, he's not human. It's right. He just masters these tracks, doesn't he? And he got a time of 46 seconds. I don't even need to break it down to hundreds of seconds because it's just it was a tough track. It really, really was hard. And Snoogans played that track and showed me a video of just complete perfection. He actually skipped the barrels, and I don't know how he did it. It's just unreal.
So is it the next week you're doing it blindfold?
Oh, you got no chance at all. But well done, Snoogans. And well done, everybody actually who completed it.
And
because
fair
it was
play to you, Pete, because I have fiddled around with that editor, and it is not What does it say? Yeah,
it's not user-friendly.
User-friendly in the slightest. Not in the slightest.
No, not at all. The fact that you were able to get a track that actually worked, even I mean, getting it functional is an accomplishment. So congrats to you. And I would have probably had even more high praise for this track had I, early on realized it was rockets, not crazy gravity. Yeah. Anyway.
So there we go. And I'm surprised to announce as well that there is a challenge number 18. I really thought with the amount of anger and frustration that Mark was displaying through WhatsApp that he'd actually can this and say, we're not doing it anymore. But no, we're going to run it again. And the track for number 18 is the Grave of Giants. And it's in the Asia area using the Rhino bike. Find it in Track Central.
That's a good track. I just played it.
Okay. Okay. So find it in the Track Central menu under Friends track. So there we go. Grave of Giants.
Awesome.
So that's Trials Rising.
Actually, don't bother looking for it in the Track Central menu under Friends because that.
Is that what mine is? Is that all? Oh, okay.
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
Sorry about that. Okay.
No, it's okay. It's just in the Asia area. Go into the Asia area. You have to unlock it, so you got to get through Europe. Once you unlock Europe, and you'll be able to go to Asia. It's I think the very first track in Asia. It's still considered Trials easy in quotes, although it's a novice section. There's some challenge to it. It'll be a good track. It'll be interesting to see what Snoogans comes up with. And Womble's right there with them. And Lewis. I can't discount Lewis. Martin, screw him. Love you, Martin. But and officially, I just want to say this now. Snoogans has passed me on the leaderboard list. I know this now. With this week, he officially passes me. Well done to Snoogans. Hang in there, Womble. You can hang on to the lead. I know you can. Anyway, Resogun. That's a thing that people have been playing. So that is a weekly challenge. Again, these are all weekly challenges we got going on. This one finishes up or starts at 1 a.m. on Mondays, I believe. It's just built into the game. So there are official challenges in the game's menu. If you want to be added to the Resogun challenge, make sure you send Marcanix a friend request. Tell him it's his fault. And send it to him on PSN or send him a photo to his private Twitter and or on WhatsApp. Please include something that he shouldn't see at work. Anyway, in seventh place from this past week was Kozagan with 21,660. We have sixth place. It's all his fault. Marcanix, 33,810 points. Fifth place, John Wilson, coming with 43,820 points. And then we kick it up a notch because now the novices are done and we're getting to the pro levels. We have Sarah RCGC. That's really hard for me to say sometimes. Came in at 195,100 points. And then we go to extremes. Gunslinger X 1983 came in at 493,790 points. Luis Ramondo came in at 661,330 points. Damn. And at the top of the leaderboard is Tuscan 77 with 853,930 points. Well done, Tuscan 77. And challenge number 236 starts at 1 a.m. tonight in the UK. So make sure you get on it.
Oh, wow. Excellent.
Hey, we also have another golf or another challenge game, the Golf Club. I know all these games, all these challenges going on. It's just a really good thing for everybody to take part in games. So, and in a community. So find a game that you like within these challenges. Have some fun with it. Anyway, so right now we have the Golf Club 2019. We have a couple societies going on PC and on Xbox. So if you have the game on either platform and you want to take part, jump in. Let's see. On the so this week we were playing the UTE Force Club. So I came in dead last, and I mean dead last. I was plus 17 on this course. Oh, dear God, I could not hit a ball to save my life. So I came in at 5. Scott Stubbe came in at plus 5 to give you an idea of just how badly I played. I was at plus 17. Scott Stubbe was at +5. Then we had Martin C. 1984 coming in at +3. Then Blueberoo came in at a -2. That's a respectable -2. And then he was basically beat out by the real Cheatin' Defoe at -8. So Gary DeFelice, of course, this is the guy who set this all up. He just wants to make himself feel better by playing against people that don't play the game as often as he does. That's why this challenge exists. But there we go. Next course is Pebble Beach. So for those of you that are taking part in this challenge, it is Pebble Beach. So there you go. It is Mark's fault, though. So Sweet Corn is at fault for choosing Pebble Beach. Get in, join the society. There are some of you attempted to join the society. All of your requests have been approved. So get in and start playing, Phil. Phil. And yeah, get off the golf club, have some fun, get frustrated, throw your controller like I do. All right, I'm done talking. Robin.
Yeah, victory achieved. It's our ongoing forever challenge. Yeah, so when you finish games, like I did this week, and I've got 2 entries, which I can never win this competition, but anyway, I've got 2 entries. And what it is, when you finish a game to the credits, when the credits start to roll, you take a lovely selfie of yourself and you send it off to @OC_podcast with the hashtag victory achieved. Last week we announced a winner, which was Dave 3-O-Matic, and I believe Mark it's all his fault, but he has supplied Dave 3-O-Matic with his winnings, which was a $20/£15 gift card for whatever way you want to spend it on games. So congratulations to you again. People that finished games this week: Caliburn, he finished God of War. Legit Chinny, he's in the house, he finished God of War. Dave 3, he finished Metro Exodus, and I finished Thimbleweed Park and Tacoma. So congratulations to us all, and for that we get this.
You all have a victory's achieved. Victory's achieved. You have one. A victory's achieved.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let us wrap this up. Short one this week. But hey, if you are listening to this and you think, I'm listening to this on a podcast, I wish I could watch them live, it's real simple. Jump on to twitch.tv, mixer.com, or youtube.com. Just throw in a search for OC Podcast. You'll find our channels. You can watch us on replay. Of course, we do download all of our podcasts to an audio format. So if you are grooving to the oldies like I do in the morning at the gym, you can listen to us instead. You can listen to us, of course, live, 9 p.m. in the UK, 1 p.m. on the West Coast, 4 p.m. on the East Coast, 3 p.m. Central. I'm not forgetting about you, Kim. And if you're on Easter Island, 6 p.m. there. And in the morning, if you want to wake up and have a cup of coffee and a good time, be in Australia. 7 a.m. in Australia. That's when we tune in. We have lots of clubs, communities, things to do. You heard us talking about all the challenge stuff we've got going on. Look, just reach out to us. Find us on whatever platform you're playing. We have an Overseas Connection podcast community or club, whatever it's called on one of those platforms. Just search out OC Podcast. You'll find us. Join, have some fun, play with other like-minded gamers. We're actually okay. We really are. All right. You can follow us on Twitter at OC Podcast. At OC_podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, fb.ocpod.com. And you can even throw an email if you choose, and we might look at them once in a while. Podcast@ocpod.com. Let's do some shout outs and get out of here. Kim, fire it up. You give a shout out to the chat. We never even acknowledged everybody in the chat, but we've got lots of people chatting away.
There are lots of people
they're all bitching about Pete and his stupid track.
And no checkpoints. I mean, what? Love you, Pete. Really. Okay, here's our shatters. Get ready. It's a list. We have Scott Stubby, RCGC, Commander Root, Angel of Light, Cache Bear, Energy Bot, Host Me Raffle. I'm pretty sure those last 2 are bots. Nerd Allegiance, Krusty Cornholio, Kosagan 5, Tide, Monkey Mans. I'm not kidding. Night Raven 19, Lurks, V&K, Virgo Pros, Zane Caber, Martin, and S1 Faka. So there you go.
Yeah, by the way, shout out to Raven. He figured out Mass Effect Andromeda also in the chat.
He did. He's a smart fella.
Yeah. He was, indeed. Anything else, Kim?
No, that'll do it. it. Shout out to you guys, and and the weather. Hopefully it don't rain anymore because I'm tired of rain. So anyway, anybody else?
Robin?
Yeah, big shout out to Nick. I know you're going through Operation Knickers to get some new knickers on you. So I hope that knickers operation is going very, very well, and you get your knickers back on again. So and as soon as you get your knickers back on again, then you'll be able to come back on the show. So
Hopefully,
good luck.
Yes.
Yeah, knickers getting their knickers done.
Yep.
And that's me, I suppose. Yeah, sorry for all the mean, awful, accurate things I've said during this show.
Okay, I'm going to shout out Shell for being my soulmate, and we had a nice little day celebrating our 3rd year. Leo had his... what was that?
I was going to say, you know what? I wanted to congratulate Shell on following the ass plan. I did not get to say this. Yes, that was tremendous. Well done, Shell. Well done.
Oh, she's got a few interviews lined up now, so she's happy. But yeah, she followed that. It needed to happen. I'm gonna shout out my little boy Leo. He had his sports day as well the other day, and he did well. Bless him. I mean, he didn't come first, second, or third, but he put the effort in, and he turned up and on that hot day. And yeah, bless him. Greg as well for giving me absolute shed loads of abuse. It's always welcome. You never need to be concerned in what you say. Just fire it at me, dude. I'm all good for it. And the one thing I am annoyed about though is someone deleted my news article about Pigeon Simulator coming out. Now,
because you can. Been me. I thought it was leftover, Pete. Sorry.
Oh well, if you'd have read the messages like you said, I'll rebuttal and say if you looked at the messages on WhatsApp, I did update the news. And Pigeon Simulator, you can poop on as many people as you want.
Score.
Yeah. So
thank God for that.
This is a first day for me.
Day one.
First day purchase has to be. And that's about it. Thank you very much. Greg, close us up.
All right. One, what is a sports day? Is it just like send your kid out onto the field and see what they can do? I've never heard of this.
Okay. All of the year one. There's 4 classes in year one at Leo's school, and they'll all come out and they represent different countries. They've all got different T-shirts on, and they have little competitions like the egg and spoon race and beanbag on a head, and just various little games, and they have a little tally up of who come first, second, and third, and
everyone gets a medal.
Yeah, yeah, they all get a badge.
So basically, it's the beginnings of the Olympics, just in first grade. Right.
Yeah,
we're going to segregate everybody by ethnicity and country, and then we're going. Not kidding. All right.
Me, Jesus Christ, Greg. Okay.
Right.
Okay, let's go.
We're closing this out. Pete, Kim, Robin, thank you, all 3 of you, for making the show and not coming up with some stupid excuse of I don't feel good. Mark's fault. I want to shout out to Nick. Yes, we absolutely hope you do feel better. You are on the mend. We know this, so get better. Definitely. Get back here. And to everybody in the chat and listening to the podcast, whether it be live and or on videotape. Nobody's videotaping this podcast, but we do appreciate everybody. It really is a community thing. We love all of the community members, some more than others.
Oh.
That was good timing. And that helped. Robin, do your jizzle.
Okay.
Do your schnizzle.
All right.
Hello, my fellow podcast family.
I knew that was coming.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast. See you same time next week.